Hi guys, so get ready with me while I prepare for my screening interview, and I'm going to talk to you guys more about my career goals. So this interview that I'm doing today, I will not be disclosing the role or the company or anything like that, just for my own privacy. But it's a screening interview, and if I pass this, I actually get to go for an in-person interview, and then I'm going to get the job. We are manifesting. So, and also this position is a good starting position for the career that I want to end up in. So a bit about me is I studied 4 years. I studied a BCom, and then my major was strategic management, and then I studied my honors. Oh goodness. I studied my honors in management as well. So it's a BCom honors in management. So I have 2 degrees under my name. And my real dream one day is to end up in HR. Both my parents are HR managers. My dad has an HR consultation company. And that is truly my dream of where I want to end up one day. So my dream one day is actually to end up in a managerial position and take over my dad's company. So those are my career goals for my life. I've studied hard for it. I do have a bit of experience in HR since I've been helping my dad with his company and all that. But yeah, so I'm sharing my experience with you as I feel like it's very hard for a fresh graduate to find a job in South Africa's job market, especially if you have very little experience. I actually did research on that in my honors about how a lot of companies expect fresh graduates to have 2 to 3 years of experience for an entry-level job when we were full-time students, and there was just no time for that. So that was what my research was about, and I am actively experiencing that, where I've been to a few interviews already and screenings, and the biggest issue that they have is a lack of experience, which is quite frustrating, because if you look, my study looked at the human capital theory that said the more you invest in your education, the more success you have at getting a job. Surely that's how it should feel. But yeah, the South African job market is quite hard, quite demanding and competitive, and unfortunately there's always going to be someone who is better than you, so you just need to make sure that you stand out. And yeah, I've applied to so many positions. I have gotten so many rejection letters that I can't even count them anymore. So yeah, and another thing that I also wanted to talk about this career thing is that I am not saying I'm the greatest person out there, but I have also been rejected by a lot of companies because of my matric results, because I did math lit, and a lot of companies think that because I did math lit that I don't know how to do math, which is also quite unfair because I have 4 degrees under my name. I actually graduated with a distinction in my BCom year, so that's another thing. And yeah, it's just hard. It's quite hard. It's quite frustrating. I've had a few breakdowns already about how frustrated I am. My parents have unfortunately also both been in there, where they've had to job search in the tough South African job market, and they've just given me advice, and I'm in a very fortunate position where I can live with them and not worry. But they did tell me, it's time you get a job. You need to get a job and start your career. So yeah, that's a little bit more about my career goals, is that I am planning to become an HR manager one day. I know a lot of people hate HR. When you hear about HR has reached out to you, a lot of people just sigh, which is fair, but I absolutely love HR. I love the fact, it sounds bad, but I love the fact that I am a bad guy that everyone hates. I like fighting. I also like following stuff by the rule, and if it is like that in the rule book, I'm sorry, there's no way around it. So I've heard plenty of stories about HR problems, especially in South Africa, and that is truly where my passion lies, is with HR. And I am I completely understand that I also have to start somewhere. Both my parents started at the very bottom and worked their way up, and that's what I'm also planning to do. But fun fact, I actually did have a job just as I finished my last exam in varsity. Started literally the day after I finished my exam. It was a sales job. Would not I left because it didn't align with my career goals, and I'm not gonna lie, it is quite a difficult job to do. It is not for the faint of heart, and I left within 9 days. So yes, I do understand hard work comes, and I'm in a very fortunate position where I can be picky about the job that I wanted. And I'm also very fortunate that I am where I am today, that I have 4 degrees under my name. So hopefully, no, we're gonna manifest. The screening interview is gonna go well, and I'm gonna get an email. We're manifesting here. I'm gonna get an email where she says that they want to know me. They want to set up an interview, an in-person interview, and then I'm gonna get the job. That is what we're manifesting. We're manifesting this. I wrote this in my journal as well last night. So yeah. Also, the reason I'm wearing a pink shirt is because when I got my first job, I was wearing like pink pants when I went for my interview, and then I actually got the job. So pink is my lucky color, and hopefully it's gonna work in my favor today. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna worry too much about them. But yeah, this is my advice to like everyone out there, fresh graduates, or even if you're still studying, is please don't give up. It gets very hard, it gets very tiring, it gets depressing, it gets sad, and that's just part of life. Is the job market is very competitive in South Africa. I applied to a lot of intern positions and I got 0. So it's tough out there, and I just want to wish everyone luck. Like, I really wish that it pays off for all of you, that everyone who has studied hard gets their dream job that they want. And yeah, like, that's why I started, like I said, vlogging and showing my journey, because it's quite a tough journey and it's not for the faint of heart, and it is hard. But that's why I want to also be able to look back on it and see how far I've come. I've got a cat behind me. And yeah, so that's me practically about my job, careers and stuff like that. I just got ready. This is the look for the interview. I'm not going to go full glam, that's not what they like. And yeah, let me show you. That's me and my job career. So I wish all of you the best of luck. Wish me luck, and I'll talk to you when I get the job. Bye.